Do you know what I like to do after I have my morning coffee? I like to look at some baseball cards. So there's a lot of hoopla around repacks right now. And I thought I'd give my take on it. Thought we'd look at the pros and the cons of repacks. What is a repack? So at its basic core, a repack is a way for sellers to sell a bunch of junk that they couldn't otherwise sell by putting it together with a few hits and selling those repackaged products. You might think back to the first repacks that I'm aware of, which were the Topps Christmas rack packs. Those were repacks, and I'm convinced they're still making them in somebody's garage today. Now, when you buy a 52 Christmas rack pack, you ain't getting a Mantle, you ain't getting a Robinson, you ain't getting a Mays, you ain't getting an Eddie Matthews. It's an okay product if you just want to buy them for the 52 Topps and you want to get a bunch of 52 Topps. Are you overpaying for those? I don't know. But you're not getting any big hits in there. You might think of the boxes that they sell at Walgreens, where you get a bunch of boom era cards. You never get a hit. I haven't seen anybody ever get a hit. A while back, they were doing these boxes where they would insert one 1952 Mickey Mantle into the box. I never heard of anybody pulling it, but even if they did, one person pulled it and 10,000 got nothing. In my opinion, you're kind of wasting your money. Like, I wouldn't buy repacks with your money. The odds of getting anything good are slim. You know, one person might get a good hit and 400 people get a bunch of cards they don't want. And even if you get a hit, it might not be a card you even want. Right? Like, I did a bunch of vintage breaks years ago, and every card I won was not the card I would have selected for my collection. I would have been better off taking that money and buying those cards myself and getting cards I wanted. So repacking is just a gamble. It's just another way of gambling. Because if you get that card and you don't want it, I mean, you're just going to turn around and sell it and buy something that you do want. What are the pros of repacks? The pros are that you can now sell all your junk cards to repackers. They have to buy inventory so that they can pawn them off on other people. So now, cards you may not have been able to sell, you can now sell to these repackers because they're going to make a ton of money buying this stuff that is worthless and selling it to the masses. And that's what repacking is. It's a way of, it's brilliant, really, from a business standpoint. You're taking a bunch of cards you couldn't sell and coming up with a way to sell those cards. The other benefit for collectors that I see is, you know, with people spending so much money on breaks, so much money on repacks, and these things get addicting, and you keep sending more and more money, and you keep buying these things, and you're spending $10,000 a year to grade cards at PSA. That's all money that is going to those things that is not competing with us collectors to buy the cards we may want. And so it creates less competition. That's a good thing for collectors. But, you know, I was thinking, all the changes they make in the hobby, all the changes they've made, can you think of any that benefit us collectors? I can't. I remember several years ago when eBay started charging us sales tax. That didn't benefit the collector. I know I'll see listings for Didnts on eBay. I'll go straight to their website. It's highly discounted, and they don't charge me sales tax. So I don't know legally if eBay has to charge that or not, but for 2 decades, they didn't charge it. Then all of a sudden they're charging it. That didn't help collectors. eBay authentication doesn't help collectors. I had a rare card stolen because of it. People think that that is to protect collectors. It's not to protect collectors. It's to protect sellers, because there are unscrupulous buyers who will buy a big item card and then claim they got a different card or claim they didn't get it or whatever. That's what that stands for. You think eBay wants to clean up their site? Have you ever seen all the scams and misleading listings on there? If they really wanted to clean it up, they would get rid of those. It's about protecting the seller. Again, they don't care about the collector. When PSA hires, minimum wage workers and they bring them off the street to grade our cards, does that benefit us? When they grade more strictly, does that benefit us? When they give up charges because our card's worth more, does that benefit us? Breaking. No longer, able to find boxes of cards or driving the prices way up. Does that benefit us? And these repacks are no different. It doesn't benefit us. Every change is made to be more of a money grab to us collectors. That's what these changes all do. I can't think of a single thing, a single change that has happened in our hobby that benefits collectors. I mean, you really have to stretch to find it. Prices going up didn't benefit collectors. Doesn't matter if you're not selling. All it does is make our insurance go up. Get charged more at PSA because the card went up since you submitted it. Those kinds of things. Really trying to think of what benefits us collectors. Repacking doesn't benefit us collectors. It benefits the people selling them. And you can end up with a bunch of junk cards you don't want. And the vast majority of people are going to lose. And the few that win might not even want those cards, so they're just going to turn around and sell them. And if you're buying a bunch of repacks, don't you think it's a lot smarter just to buy the cards you want? Spend that money on that. It's like same with breaking. Heard about the guy that got $100,000 in credit card debt? Wouldn't he be better off just buying the cards he wants? He'd probably spend a fraction of that money and have a great collection. So repacking, what are your thoughts? Is it just another money grab for us collectors? There are always people, and this is what the hobby is now, chasing that high, gambling, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do, I'm not here to tell you any different. I'm just giving you my thoughts on the whole thing. And like I said, I wouldn't buy those things with your money, let alone mine. That's what I have for you. Those are my thoughts. Thanks for hanging out with me. I gots to go.